We received some sad news this morning. KGW's insightful political analyst Len Bergstein died overnight. Here's a look back at his decades of political work in Oregon as we remember a dear friend. Len was originally from New York. He left his job as a middle school teacher and moved to Oregon in 1972. He ran political campaigns, both winning and losing. This is the earliest video clip we have of him talking about Oregon's then-Senator Bob Packwood and his chances of surviving a sexual harassment scandal in 1992.
If he can contain it to the narrow question of sexual harassment and get through some investigation by the Senate Ethics Group and then come back to Oregonians in our state and explain it to us, that he can get through.
Eventually, Len became a regular on KGW, helping reporters like me learn the ins and outs of the political world in Oregon and helping viewers understand what had happened during elections. Here he was on November 7th, 2006, the night that Governor Ted Kulongoski won re-election.
We're joined now by our News Channel 8 political analyst.
Len Bergstein, an aide to several past Democratic governors of Oregon, and also Tim Phillips, a former Republican candidate for Congress. Len, let's start with you. The headline tomorrow at this point, is it too early for a headline?
Governor reelected, rejection of ballot measures. Oregon is a sea of calm, I think, in a kind of a national upset. So it's really been an interesting rejection of some of these most dramatic races.
Len did not just help us. He owned a political consulting company called Northwest Strategies, and he worked with big-name companies including TMT Development, Greenbrier, ZoomCare, the Confederated Tribes of Grand Ronde, and others. He had a lot of passion, and he was not afraid to call out groups he did not think were playing by the rules. Here's a clip from last November when he criticized the advocacy group People for Portland for not disclosing who was supporting them.
I've been in this business for about 50 years, and whenever I represented somebody to a government and wanted to influence them or lobby a decision, I had to declare who my client was. I couldn't intentionally hide or disguise who really wanted to see something happen. People for Portland has chosen to do that on purpose. And so they've intentionally hidden who the private interests are that would like to see something happen. And they've tried to wrap that in a wrapper of public interest.
Most recently, Len was trying to retire, but he had such enthusiasm for politics that it was hard to let it go. Just this past spring, we had him on for our primary election coverage. You could feel his excitement as it became clear that for the first time ever, 3 women would compete to be Oregon's next governor.
That's a great race, isn't it? It's a historic race. 3 very strong women running. It'll be a gloves-off kind of, I think, a real brawl of a race. They have strong personalities. They have slightly different personalities and different takes on issues. And I think we're going to see a very full-throated race.
Well, he was right about that, as he was with so many things. Len Bergstein leaves behind his wife and 3 adult children and 4 grandkids. He was 76 years old.